All right. When in doubt, go to StreamYard. They'll never let you down. Well, after like a dozen tries on Streamlabs, wasn't really working. So we're going to talk about this on StreamYard. But what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog, finally back with another live stream. And earlier today, a few hours ago, in fact, probably a half hour after I came back with my newly fixed up computer that has a new hard drive in it, which is why I'm having so many issues with OBS Streamlabs, because the specs that I had previously were essentially put to default. I lost the specs. So have to find a way to get that thing back to what it was doing, because it was cooking before. Oh, well, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. Hopefully I'll be able to stream tonight. Oh, well, you know. But anyways, earlier this, like I would say early evening, you know, about 2 hours ago, from Elliot Friedman on Twitter, and I quote, "There is word Columbus is making a coaching change. Feel for Pascal Vincent dropped into a very, very difficult spot." And then, in case there was any doubts, you know, maybe he's lying. You know, maybe it's a fake report. The Blue Jackets Twitter itself tweeted out a statement saying, and I quote, "The Columbus Blue Jackets have relieved head coach Pascal Vincent of his duties with the club. Blue Jackets president of hockey operations and general manager Don Waddell." Yeah, I know I didn't make a video about that. That happened, what, about a week and a half ago, around there. It happened a while ago, actually. Not even a week and a half. God, when did that happen? It happened a while ago. But yeah, Don Waddell resigned with the Hurricanes, and he immediately interviewed with the Blue Jackets, like literally immediately. In fact, now that I think about it, he interviewed with us right around the time he resigned. Like, all right. In fact, let me see here. But yeah, that's tough news, right? Very tough news to see. I know Blue Jackets fans are low-key throwing a party. It's tough. Hate to see a dude lose his job, especially with the situation that poor Pascal was thrown into. I mean, last offseason was straight up a circus, to say the least. It all started with Brad Larson being let go, which we all celebrated that. I mean, come on. That dude was ass, right? So we let him go. And then we start hearing about interviews. And one name started coming up. Mike Babcock. Yes, that Mike Babcock. Well, as it turned out, they liked him a lot. So much so that they hired him. And I kid you not. Barely what? A month, 2 months, if that. Not even. Didn't even make it to training camp. But he resigned after, I guess, word got out from a podcast. Was it a Spit and Chicklets podcast or whatever? Someone was talking about how he was kind of being pushy and stuff. You know, he was looking at players' phones, looking at pictures of their families. And then, you know, some of the players tried to play it off like, oh, you know, he's just trying to get to know us. Well, that whole situation really caught wind and really put us in an awkward spot. So eventually, the Blue Jackets, without him even coaching a game, they fired him. Or not necessarily fired. He resigned. He stepped down. Yeah. And they promoted Pascal Vincent to be the, I guess, new coach. All right, then. So, we go through the season and we look kind of mid at times. I mean, at our best, we look decent. I mean, to be honest, the worst part of our team was our defense. And the Blue Jackets thought that trading for Damon Severson and Ivan Provorov would fix that issue. And it didn't. And Elvis Merzlikins still looked like booty in net. And, that was our main issue. We could score goals. We weren't bad at that. Problem was we couldn't keep the puck out of our own net. So, of course, for those who didn't hear, I think right after the season ended, people were talking about what the Blue Jackets could do. Jarmo Kekalainen was let go right around the end of the season. In fact, let me see here. Jarmo Kekalainen was our GM for a while. He had his moments, right? In fact, he was let go, in February. Season wasn't even over, and they canned his ass. Yeah, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Ooh, that's tough. So we fire his ass. We get him out of here. I'm literally looking it up right now. Don Waddell, I believe, trying to see here. Let me see. When did he resign? So much has happened, right? It really sucks that I wasn't able to do a video on this. I think it was in May. Yeah, I think it was right around the time when the Hurricanes were eliminated. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I should have had this better prepared. Will I ever stream a Blue Jackets game? If the Cavs, the Guardians, and the Browns aren't playing, when they are, I'll probably stream a game. That's very tough, though. But yeah, fun times. Fun times indeed. So, found an article from the NHL. Don Waddell was hired as the president of hockey ops and the GM for the Blue Jackets on May 28th. Now, let me see if I can find where he resigned. I believe it was like a day or two. Yeah, May 25th. Dude resigned May 25th, around there. 3 days later, he's the guy for the Blue Jackets. In fact, when he resigned with the Hurricanes, there was speculation that started immediately saying he was coming to the Blue Jackets. And it was practically official within like a day. All that was needed was confirmation from the club. And then May 28th, he is officially hired. And so I guess you could say this is the dawn of a new era for the Blue Jackets. Now, it'll be interesting to see who Don brings in to be the guy, right? There's so many names that I'm sure Blue Jacket fans are going to come up with. But how about this from Mark Sheik? Johnny Gaudreau is about to have his fourth head coach since signing a 7-year deal. He's been here 2 full seasons. Brad, Babs, Pascal, and then whoever they hire this time around. And I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of names that come up, right? You're going to have names from the AHL. And honestly, I think, knowing Don, he's going to hire a guy that's amongst the retreads. Not sure who is out there, but I'm sure there's some names out there. Yep. There's definitely some names out there that Blue Jackets fans will figure out about. Yep. I'm sure right about now, as I'm talking, there's Blue Jackets fans scouring articles and stuff and looking around to see who's available. Of course, you had to figure they were going to do something, because I remember when Don Waddell was hired, he said that he'll take about a couple weeks and he'll evaluate the staff, and then here we are. How's it going? What's up, Daniel? I'm going to try and go live for Mavs and Celtics Game 5. That's going on in about an hour, so won't be live too much longer here. Now, in regards to the Blue Jackets offseason, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun summer ahead for the Blue Jackets. There's going to be a lot of moves. Because Don comes in here, he sees this roster. You know, you look at our forward core. It's pretty good. It's mixed with some good veterans and some good youngsters. You have Johnny Hockey, of course. Boone Jenner, the captain. You have a pair of guys. You have actually 3 guys who are on their last year of their contract. Sean Corrali, Olivier, and Just Danforth. And then you have the youngsters, Kevin Brindley, Adam Fantilli, Dmitry Vorokov. You have Igor Chinnikov, Kirill Marchenko. You have Alex Nylander, who we acquired in a trade. And, man, I don't think I've seen a Blue Jacket player have the start to a career that he had. My dude literally came to Columbus, and he just started scoring goals like crazy. It's like, yo. In fact, looking at his numbers, let's go over. My dude was like scoring at a crazy rate. All right, here we are. So he played with the Blue Jackets 11 games. I'm sorry, no. 23 games, 11 goals, 4 assists. After not doing a thing with Pittsburgh. Right? He didn't do a thing. He played only 5 games with the Pens in the NHL. Did not register a point. He comes to Columbus. And all of a sudden, he turns into freaking, like, the scoring machine. It's like, okay, look at this guy. Hey, look at this guy. Dude comes here, walks in the building, and starts scoring like crazy. Like, all right. That's cool. We definitely, needed that, right? Needed his scoring punch. He's probably going to get a solid contract from Jack, if I had to imagine. They're not going to let him go anywhere. Cole Sillinger, Alex Texier, and Carson Meyer, who is, I guess, an emergency loan player. Now, it's pretty obvious right now what our weakness was. It was the defense. No, it's not Werenski. He's honestly one of the better defensemen in the NHL. I'm talking about Branson, Provorov, and Severson. Now, with Severson, they acquired him in a trade, and then they extended him. They actually said that had they not made that trade for Severson, they probably were going to go after him in free agency. So essentially, they just acquired their one free agent very early. They made sure they were able to get him. Then you also have Adam Buckfist and Jake Bean. In goal, you have Elvis Merzenkins. He's had a tumultuous last couple of years. And then Daniil Tarasov, who is not great, but he's not bad. He's Kent Johnson's also on IR, too, in case you guys didn't know. And Patrick Laine, who actually wants out. He essentially requested a trade, which, from what I hear, the Blue Jackets are going to try to trade him. He's in the player assistance program. So, yeah, fun. Now, who could possibly be traded from the Blue Jackets? Looking at our forward core, Olivier could be dealt, possibly. I doubt it, though. Brindley, no. Danforth, no. Possibly like one of the Russians, probably Chinnikov. I could see him getting traded. Possibly. I don't think they will, though. Texier, I think he'll get traded. Yep, I think he'll get traded. And then defensively, Jake Bean, bye-bye. Don Waddell probably walked in the locker room, saw Bean on the freaking locker and said, yo, who's that Bean guy? That ain't who I think it is, right? And then they're like, that's Jake Bean. He's like, yep, his ass is gone. I can already tell you he's probably gone. Buckfist, I mean, it'd be cool to keep him, but I could just see us completely reshaping the decor next to Werenski. I could see us doing that easily. But will we? I doubt it. I think Saverson stays, but Provorov, Goodbranson, Buckfist, and Bean, they could all be traded easily. And then Elvis, I'm sure he would be an interesting trade piece, but nobody wants that contract, from what I hear. And Tarasov is just not great. He's got 1 year left. I don't think they would trade him. Kent Johnson, he could be traded, but I doubt it. They like him, but you never know. And Laine, like I said, Laine is as good as gone. It's just about what could we get for him? So speaking of what could we get, shout out to the lovely people at Cap Friendly. Unfortunately, the site will no longer exist in a few weeks or so because the Washington Capitals actually bought the website. They purchased it, and they're essentially shutting it down because they want to use it for their own stuff, which is weird. But there's other sites that we could use. So, yeah. We go to, let's see, trade proposal, Armchair GM. Let's go to the Armchair GM here. And we're going to take a look and see what people have cooked up on this lovely website. All right. Let's see. Blue Jackets. I'm only going to look at the top 5. I could be here all day. I could be here all day talking about this stuff. Let me pull up the stream here. This is the best part about doing it right now, doing this, because I can actually maneuver, right? Okay, let me turn that off. Okay. So looking at App Friendly here. Okay, what's this one? We got Philadelphia, Vegas, Carolina, and Utah. I have a feeling the one with Carolina involves Nechas. I'm going to plug my phone. I feel like that one involves Marty Nechas, who I guess is pretty much out. And immediately when that rumor came out, Blue Jackets fans just immediately started talking about us acquiring him. So according to Mr. Steinosaur19, he titled this one, Pascal is gone. He is. His free agent signings, RFAs, and Martin Nechas for a 6-year, $6.5 million cap hit. Okay. Igor Chinnikov, Jake Christensen, Jack Greaves, Kent Johnson, cool. Koromochenko for a 4x4. Alex Nylander, Cole Sillinger, and Alex Texier. Now you look at UFAs. This dude has us going balls to the wall, bringing in Elias Lindholm on a 7x7 deal. So 7 years, $7 million. Brandon Dillon for a 2x4, 2-year, $4.2 million. Blankenberg, a one-year deal. Okay. Now the trades, essentially just draft picks between the Blue Jackets and Philly. Blue Jackets elects to send next year's second rounder to Philly to complete the Provorov trade. Okay, so Line and a 2025 third for Martin Necas. I don't think they would do that. Alex Pietrangelo for Jordan Dumais, Damon Severson, Cole Sillinger, our second rounder in 2020 this year, and then our first rounder next year. And the 2025 first rounder is top 10 protected. And then Jake Bean for a third next year. Canes aren't doing that. No, I don't think the Canes would want to do that trade. What's this one? Next season. Oh, wait. This should be good. This should be fun. Texier, Sillinger. This is from Conarsa. Okay. Again, Martin Necas as an RFA, 8 years, $7 million. Oh my God. And then UFAs, Blankenberg, Brett Pesky, 6x6, and Jordan Martin, a 2-year, $1.5 million deal. Okay. The trades, this one I could see happening, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if it'll include Martin Necas. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, former Canadian, and Martin Necas to the Blue Jackets for Kent Johnson, Alex Texier, a 2024 third and a 2025 second. Pat Laine to the Utah club. I'm going to say Jazz for Lawson Krause. And then Provorov to New Jersey for Samu Salmainen on the reserve list and the 2024 third. Again, I don't think the Canes do that. Kotkaniemi is possible, but I don't think he'll be with Necas. I think he's going to go somewhere else. But I could see the Don trying to hook up with this old team in a trade of some sort. See it. What's this one? Patrick Laine is still good at hockey. Yeah, he is good at hockey. Too bad he's also good at getting hurt. Bad. So this one does not have Martin Necas, but it does have Brandon Dillon on a 2x5. Linus Ullmark to the Blue Jackets for Pat Laine and a 2024 third, including $3.7 million retained on Laine. Merz Lincolns, of course, if we get Ullmark, you'd probably get rid of Elvis, sending him to Utah. Fun. And 2024 fourth for a sixth. Texier and a first rounder this year for 2 firsts. So we trade our first and Texier for 9th, 28. I would only do that if we don't like what we can get at 4. And Nikola Ehlers for Adam Bookvist, Ivan Provorov, Stanislav Zvozil, and our first rounder from the Vancouver pick. 2024 first from Vancouver. Which I guess is what we would acquire from Calgary. So we would essentially just be passing around the Canucks first round pick from Calgary to Columbus to Winnipeg. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. Nah. No, they don't need to do that. See what other one we have here, and then I'm probably going to head out and try to figure out freaking StreamYard or Streamlabs before we go live. That'd be fun. Okay. Go drink syrup. Iggy Wiggy. What the heck is this one? Oh, boy. Mackenzie Weegar and the Flames first, the Columbus. No, it's not going to happen. Severson for a third. No. Murphy and a 24-second for Line A. No, these are just dumb. That's not going to work. All right, so, Armchair GM is fun to look at when you're bored on Cap Friendly. It's a real shame that site's going away. Not sure what we're going to do with ourselves when that site's no longer around. We'll find something to do. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm actually going to do a quick video talking about All-Star game voting for the MLB. So I'll probably have that out at some point tonight. Be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. And yeah, Pascal Vincent is bye-bye. He gone. Don Waddell told us that he was going to take a little while to evaluate the staff. And now Pascal Vincent is gone. Now we're on another coaching search. Fun. Yay. I'll see you guys later. All right. I'll try and go live for Game 5, Celtics and Mavs. That'll be fun. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Go Blue Jackets. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.